Okay, hello guys. It's just a quick video here to show some of the updates for the new software that we just brought out today, I believe, or yesterday, for version 12.65. Will now be the newest version, and we'll be sending emails out to everyone, or hopefully a few of you will see this video anyway and be able to get into it beforehand. So, same process as the previous one. I mean, there's a video either above or below this one. I'm not exactly sure where it'll be on the website, but explaining how to install it. So I won't bother going through the installation side of things. We'll just get straight to the functionality side. So we've got our inputs tab here, and this is basically going to be a few different options that are mostly the things that you guys have asked for that we're going to add in on here. For the EA to help with a couple of bits and pieces. So we just want to talk through the differences on here. Now, money management is exactly the same, so I won't bother going through that. Once again, that's in another video, so I won't waste time going through that on here. We'll just talk about the new options. So the first option on here is something called true, or we've called true break even. And this is an option that you can either have set to true or you can have set to false. This will depend on your own preference. Now, basically what this does is, just say for example the trade that we place, if we move it to break even, the break even price for us, as I say, just for example, maybe 1.5. But for you, you may have gotten a slightly different price. Now, this may be slippage related, or this may just be due to the fact that, you know, obviously because we are trading spot forex, all the different brokers are quoting different prices. So even if we did get in at the exact same price, at the exact same time, it may not necessarily be the exact same price due to different brokers. So this basically just means that you know, if we move it to break even, then it'll be break even on your broker as well. Personally, I probably would recommend that you guys use this, but you know, it's one of those things that will sometimes go for you, sometimes go against you, in the sense that, you know, you may decide not to move it to break even. Then if we get stopped out at break even, you could take a slight profit, but at the same time, if we get stopped out at break even, you could take a slight loss. So if you want your results to be pretty much the same, exactly the same as ours, or as close to the same as ours as they can be, then you want to keep it on true. If you prefer, I mean, if you leave it on false, to be honest, it probably wouldn't even make much difference anyway. But it's just one of those options. We don't want people thinking, okay, well, they've marked it down as break even, but I lost 1 pip. And you know, it's inevitable that will happen just due to the fact, you know, unless we all use the exact same broker, then the results will always be slightly varied. So that's just one option on there, which I say I'd recommend keeping it on true, but the decision's down to yourself. Now, there's a few other things on here as well. These settings have always been on here, apart from the max lot size. But these other settings have always been on here, but kind of in the background, just on what we've had. But what we've done is we just brought them to the front so you guys can play around with them yourselves if you want. I say play around, I mean you can just set different settings if you wish to do so. Now, max order age. This basically is an option on there. So this just say you have a disconnection from your broker. We place a trade and for some reason you're not connected. How soon after us placing the trade do you want to get into the trade? And that's basically what this will allow you to do. And then you've got the slippage option on there as well. So for example, if your max order age is, I don't know, 10 minutes, which in my opinion is probably a little bit too long, but let's just say it is 10 minutes, and your max slippage is only 5, if the market's already moved 10 pips, then you won't get into the trade because your max slippage will override that. So you've got a max order age, you've got a max slippage. As I say, slippage you need to keep reasonable, because what you need to remember is, especially if you're using a different broker to us, we're typically using FX Pro. Not saying anyone has to use them at all, but because everyone is using a different broker, you have to keep in consideration the fact that the slippage won't necessarily be slippage as far as execution into the trade or lag on the server. It can just be a simple fact of different brokers quoting different prices. And then the bottom one's fairly... then you've got max order stop loss. Okay, this is another one that a couple of people have asked and we've added on. This is basically, I don't know, perhaps your account, you can't physically do decent money management on, I don't know, on a stop loss over 50 pips. I mean, you may want to consider moving brokers if that's the case, but just say for argument's sake it is, you can put in, okay, well, I'm happy to take any trade with a maximum stop of WDFX, whatever that may be. Default's 200. You can put it higher or lower. As we said previously, anyway, the chance of us having a trade over sort of 100 pip stop loss is very, very, very unlikely. It is possible, but not very likely. As you know, the risk reward ratio is always going to be 1-to-1 anyway. So even if it is 100 pips for whatever reason, then we'll be going for that. I mean, it'll only be during high volume, high volatility markets that we'll probably be looking to go for a slightly higher stop loss. But yeah, so that would just give you the option for there. And then finally, you have max lot size, and that's just if you're using ours. I mean, it's just another safety feature. I mean, for some reason, your broker may have a bit of a, I don't know, a slight problem, and there may be a slight problem on our end. We haven't seen it, we haven't seen it happen, but a couple of people have asked us for max lot sizes. So personally, I don't think it's necessary, but once again, if you want to use it, you will know hopefully what a lot size is. And then yeah, just set the max lot size, and everything else on there is absolutely the same. So they're the only real differences. There's also been a couple of speed increases, which are kind of behind the scenes. But yeah, as far as obvious cosmetic differences, they're the ones. And so mostly what people have asked for. So hopefully you'll enjoy them and make life a little bit easier for some of you, perhaps. Any questions or problems, let me know. But as I say, simple as that. And yeah, thank you.